Hey guys, welcome back to the Comic Book Lowdown. I'm Wellington, bringing you guys my pool week video for the books of last week. This video is coming real late, and I give special thanks to Sean Riaz, Travis from Oddfellows Thoughts, and Johnny from DaCosta DC, and special thanks to them and to possibly anybody else who responds to my tweet I just put out. I went to Twitter because I've been feeling pretty tired, not of making videos, but I've just been feeling pretty tired in general from school and work and things like that. I just kind of asked whether or not making this video would even matter, whether it be relevant or not, and they encouraged me that make the video anyways, and so really was cool to have some people, and they responded right away too, so it's cool to have some people encourage me to make my videos, because I really was just like tired, and I was kind of just gonna let them sit, and I've already read them. I just hadn't made time to make the video. So, but anyways, I've got the time now, and I'll start with my reviews. Timestamps below as usual to fast forward to any reviews as you like. I review my books from least like to pick of the week, and this week there's been nothing that was, or last week rather, nothing that was disappointing in any way. So the least liked word, those two words don't really describe the books that they don't describe any of the books. None of them were bad or mediocre or even good. They were all great, and so I'll just review them in the ways that they kind of got my attention. First book is Captain America issue number 15. Remender, of course, writing. And just for notice, I've read these books days apart, so this was the first book I read a couple days ago, so some of my memory on some of these books will be less than on other ones. But anyways, in this book, from what I remember, and I might even just take a quick peek through as I talk. Oh yeah, I remember now. We kind of see what the Iron Nail is doing. And yet, I still am kind of confused on his motives, on his motivations, because he's kind of waging a war against. He says it's against the West and Western values and all this kind of stuff, and yet he's punishing people in China that are like bank owners and things, just people that are rich. And he's making them work in like mines for the rest of their lives, and it's really crazy actually what he's doing, and it's just really bad. Meanwhile, and of course he's the one who's controlling Nuke. And meanwhile, we get a different side of Nuke in this issue. As he's chained up, or not chained up, as he's handcuffed and on a plane, going to America, back to America, his conversation with Captain America, and I believe Nick Fury as well. Yeah, Nick Fury, his conversation with him, and he becomes a lot more three-dimensional of a character. We understand that he's a war hero from Vietnam. He saved a bunch of Americans, but we get a better backstory than what we've had. He's not just some pumped up, steroided guy that just follows any orders. He's really he's been brainwashed, pretty much, and as he was programmed, or his reason to be. And why he's called Nuke is because he's supposed to be like an atomic bomb. He's just supposed to follow the order and go in and do that order. but in the Vietnam War, he kind of went against that, and instead of just killing as much as the enemy as possible, he saved American lives, which made him a hero, but showed that he didn't serve his purpose. And that's when his brain was rewired to solely follow orders. So it's not that he just blindly follows orders, it's that he cannot not follow orders. He just can't, you know, distinguish it. That's what he has to do. And I thought all that dialogue that he put out was great. And then by the end of this issue, something crazy happens, and it's like, man, that's crazy, and it also kind of sucks, given what things conspired in this issue. So Captain America issue number 15, really good book. It's picking up a lot. This is probably the better issue since the Dimension Z arc ended, and really cool. Anyways, next book, and just this shows you how good of a week this is because it's coming so early in my reviews. This is Animal Man issue number 27. This book was fantastic. I love all this family stuff that happens in comics just in general, and there's almost no better family drama than an Animal Man right now. We've got that Buddy just disappeared, and he's been disappeared for the past 2 or 3 issues from the award ceremony. He up and disappeared, and meanwhile, Ellen is still there. She's trapped, and we see kind of the backlash that she gets with all these reporters and paparazzi and things asking her questions, and of course they're making very mean-spirited and rude and just asinine, anything to describe the questions and comments that they make. They're asking her whether Cliff and Maxine are really her children, even whether or not they were actually real to begin with, or just some publicity stunt where she then, in the second page, punches out a reporter because of how offensive that is, and just all the drama that goes on for her. Then we get Buddy in the red taking on the main totem, and that's an awesome battle going on. And then we get the story of Maxine and Shepard and all the people in the Mountains of Muscle gearing up for their battle against Brother Blood and things like that, and just all the stuff that conspires in this issue was just so good. It was just so incredibly awesome that it was like, wow, this book is just, it's picked up, and unfortunately it ends in 2 weeks or 2 months, in March. So that's gonna suck because this book is definitely a great book, but it's definitely coming to its close too. You can tell. Anyways, Animal Man 27, great book. Sucks that it's ending. Another book coming from Marvel again. We're going back to Marvel. We got Superior Spider-Man Team Up issue number 9. That's an awesome cover by Paulo Rivera, and we got, as you can see, Punisher, Spider-Man, and Daredevil, and this team up worked so well in Daredevil earlier in the Daredevil run that to put them back together, except now with Spock Spider-Man, it's definitely interesting. And with Marco Cicchetto doing the art, the interior art, this book artistically was just beautiful. Story-wise, we got pretty much Daredevil and Punisher getting the attention of the Superior Spider-Man and being like, what is going on with you? Like, we know something is different, and we can't pinpoint it, but we know something's different. Just tell us. You're not being the same. and at the same time they're like, there's something eerie. This whole issue, they talk about something being really eerie in the air. Everything is too calm, and as you know, it's calm before the storm. They feel everything is way too calm for what should be, conspiring. And they kind of agree to check out what's going on at the Spider Island, at the raft, the former raft, and we see, the Spider Army and just everything that Spider Man's done, or Spock Man has done to, kind of secure all these weapons that he's taken from all these criminals and things like that. And all of a sudden, we see that they're all gone, and just hell starts breaking loose in the raft. It's pretty much somebody in, Spider-Man's own, Spider Army has stolen the weapons, and is, going against them, and it's all because of the Green Goblin. The weapons that we mainly see stolen are, pumpkin bombs. So it's all because of the Green Goblin. This is all setting up everything, and it's really cool to see. I'm excited, and just so people know, because they kind of advertise this at the end of the issue, which I think was a bad idea. This issue takes place between Superior Spider-Man 26 and 27. I don't think either of those issues have come out yet, so it's kind of like, if you read this issue, I don't want to say that things feel spoiled, because I'm not even sure. But other than that, what actually happens in the book, and I won't spoil, the things that happen in the end, but things pick up very quickly, and this is a lot much more of a threat than we imagine had stretched and had conspired. So, Superior Spider-Man Team Up #9, great book. That has a revolving door of writers, so it's up and down. I used to pick it up. I don't pick it up now, but I'm picking it up for these tie-in issues, because I gotta read those. But anyways, it's all good. Next book, the #1 for last week, really, from Image. Another Rick Remender book, Deadly Class #1. I really dig the cover as well. Who does the art in here? Because the art in here is beautiful, and it's a thick book as well. Wes Craig does the art here. I really love the art. It kind of reminds me of it's got it's not Chris Samney like, but it's got a Chris Samney feel to it, or kind of I don't know who does. The person that did the David Aja, who did Hawkeye stuff. I think that's who I'm thinking of. This kind of reminds me of as well. But this book, we kind of get the setup for Marcus, our main character, who is homeless in San Francisco because his parents were killed in probably the most gruesome way that any comic book character's parents have been killed. I won't tell you what it was, because if you haven't read it and you want to read it, you just gotta see it for yourself, because it is crazy. But anyways, we kind of follow him throughout the months of him being homeless, and you see how much it sucks to be homeless for him, and you see him kind of evolve as a person. He gets a little more vicious, but at the same time, he shows mercy on other homeless people that have it worse off than even he does, and that's kind of why this school of assassins goes to great lengths later in the book to protect him from some police officers who are aiming to kill on him, and he's like, he's a teenager. don't want to assume his age because I feel like I saw 14, but I could be wrong. But anyways, so he there's obviously something. We don't find out why these cops are after him. At least I can't remember finding out why. But he gets saved and introduced to the school, and kind of just the way the story is told, and the characters and all of this. It's a meaty book. I'm gonna be I'll be excited if all the issues are this meaty, because it's definitely worth it. This book, I might have even liked it. I might have liked this #1 issue even better than Black Science #1. I would have to kind of read them back to back to see which one I liked more. But definitely, Deadly Class is a book that I'm glad I'm also picking up. The only 2 independent books I pick up are written by Rick Remender right now. So, obviously I really dig his writing since I pick up 3 of his titles, and one of his titles is like my favorite book that I've read. At least one of them. But it didn't make Pick of the Week. The Pick of the Week this week was, a very welcome surprise. I'm very happy that this is Pick of the Week for this week because, I've been digging it, but, it's just been kind of there. But this week it was definitely stepped up and made for something interesting. And that was Batman issue number 27, which it's a great character piece of a cover, but as Nate, the Dark Knight 40, mentioned, it's void of background, as a couple of the Capullo covers have been, and it doesn't bother me at all really, but it's just something to notice that it's like most of the covers lately have just been characters and no background to it. But again, I'm not the artist doing this. He is, and he delivers, in my opinion, great interior work that is way more important than whatever cover I get. And in this issue, we pick up from last issue where Batman was getting shot at a lot by the police officers, and they're just like in Deadly Science, the cops are aiming to kill, and they go to even greater extents than this because for whatever reason they are really, really trying to kill Batman. And, they thought of everything to get him. They have thought of everything to try to kill this guy. They rigged the Bat boat. They ambushed him in every corner of every exit. And by the end of when he finally does escape in a pretty cool way, or the way he escapes, I'll just tell you the way he escapes. Jim Gordon picks him up in a police boat, and he has to go with Commissioner Gordon, or not even Commissioner. He has to go with Lieutenant Gordon. Either that or be killed, really. So he has to swallow his pride and take Jim Gordon's help. And what conspires as they're waiting is he tells Batman why he wants to help Batman. And it's the story of Bruce Wayne. And it's a story that Bruce Wayne hasn't heard before, and changes his perception of Jim Gordon to a lot better one, because Jim Gordon is so ashamed of the actions that he did when he ran into Bruce Wayne when he was a child, that haunts him ever since. And just the whole story is very riveting. On these great issues in the Zero arc, they read like movies. They read like movie scripts, and this one definitely read like a movie script. And the art inside is amazing. I mean, check that out. That's fantastic. And by the end of this issue, I don't want to tell you what's happening, but we're going into the final arc of this 0 year, and it's finally going to be straight up the Riddler story. So can't wait for that. So that was Batman 27, and that's it for the books. Thanks to the people who have encouraged me to do this video. It was a lot funner, and I'm happy that I did it now. And I don't have anything else to say, and I don't want the camera to cut out. So I'm Wellington signing off with the Comic Book Lowdown, and I'll see you guys next time.